extension of Mao's work, right? So how Mao had taken China to the level today we see. Right? So there had been, yeah. Okay, so now Mao had established the Chinese Communist Party, right, which came into the power. So Mao was also known as, in fact, he was the face of the communism, right, who was also known as a nice guy, right? Mao Zedong, a chairman of the chairman simply, right, who was basically chairman of the Communist Party, right, Chinese Communist Party, and leader of China till 1976. So who focused on agriculture and industry through first plan, right? Through which who can achieved who could achieve some progress. And in second plan, he brought, right, and where he could have made the peasants communes, right? Then you can consider the quality and quantity, right? And then again, where the attention towards weather, right? So there had been great leap. What had happened in second plan, that is great leap backwards, right? So that is what you can consider, wherein Mao had to leave the post in the governance, right? So after making him out of context of the power, there had been again some things which have been reinstated, right? Then it's some consequences were there. So during his era, the foreign relations, what kind of foreign relations with other countries were there? So that would be highlighted here, right? Russia, Tibet, Korea, Vietnam, right? There had been some another things, right? In regard of Cold War, United Nations, relations with United States, right? A book, right? So Chinese Communist Party is the core of the Chinese Revolution, and its principles are based on the Marxism and Leninism, right? So party should be carried out within the party, right? Now, cultural revolution. Okay. Now when he had gone off the power, so at that time he started another kind of revolution by taking the youth or the students, right? So that is what you can consider in cultural revolution. So call for youths to engage in post-revolutionary class warfare, you can consider. So Mao claimed that the reactionary bourgeoisie elements were taking over the party, right? And obviously Red Guards, hey, communists Red Guards, Lal Salam, right? You can consider. And at the last, we have also seen the end of this great leader. Fine. Mao. Okay, now Mao's Falcon. Probably I will go with this one. Yeah. Okay. Another revolution you will come to know, and that is called Turkish Revolution. At this moment, I wanted to ask you a question. Do you know this one already? Have we gone through this one? Anyone, please? बघितलंय का आपण हे?
तुम्ही शेअर तर करा पहिले.
तर स्क्रीनच दिसेना की हो.
अहो सर रेंजचा प्रॉब्लेम बहुतेक.
हा स्क्रीनच दिसेना की हो सर.
काहीच दिसेना.
प्रमाणपत्र आमच्याकडे आहे ना.
स्क्रीन दिसेना.
दिसतीये सर.
सर
हो
शेअर नाही
काय दिसतंय वाचा बरं.
सर माऊज लिटिल रेड बुक.
अरे नाही ना, मी दुसरी
याला दिसतंय आम्हाला नाही दिसत.
हा, आता
आम्हाला पण नाही दिसत सर.
आता काय दिसतंय?
नाही
नाही.
दिसत सर. आता ते वैभव इकडे दिसते सर.
आज जांभले दिसत.
नाही दिसत सर.
हा, दिसतंय का? स्क्रीन दिसते का काही?
नाही सर.
नाही सर, नाही. नाही
नाही
सर.
दिसत सर.
नाव
आता दिसते सर. आता दिसते सर.
काय दिसतंय?
Turkish
Revolution.
काळा काळा दिसतो.
ए, काळ काळ दिसतंय. काळ्यामध्ये पिवळं
Turkish
नाही का दिसत?
Revolution.
हा, ठीक आहे. Okay, fine. So, Turkish Revolution. I'm talking about Turkey, right? One of the European countries. You can. So my question was that, have you already gone through this one? Or do you know something about this particular revolution?
No sir.
The answer is no, right? बरोबर ना?
Yes sir.
But answer
Yes,
is
sir.
yes. You know this, right? Little bit you know this about this particular revolution. In fact, at that time, I might have orally told you the whole story, right? Only the name was not told at that time. कारण नावाचा काही concern नव्हता. Now only I will include a name in this one and you will finish out this particular point. Anyway, let's see what we can have in this particular revolution called Turkish Revolution. Turkish Revolution, Turkey. Right. So it's a another European country you can consider. Now see, being a country, this has a very bad reputation, right? Which was called as a sick man of Europe, right? So Turkey was called as sick man of Europe. There had been different reasons, right? अतिशय मोठ्या प्रमाणात रिलिजियस तिथली काही पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम होती, ठीक आहे. तिथला जो स्टेट आहे तो सुद्धा रिलिजियसच होता, राईट. सो लाईकवाईज देर आर बीन डिफरंट काइंड्स, आणि म्हणून ऑल टुगेदर इट वॉज कॉल्ड ए सिक मॅन ऑफ युरोप, राईट. लक्षात आलं, सिक मॅन ऑफ युरोप. सो आता जर एखाद्या देशाची अशी जर प्रतिमा बनलेली आहे की तो एखाद्या खंडाचा सिक मॅन आहे, सिक मॅन ऑफ युरोप आहे, तर ऑब्विसली इट हॅज टू बी क्रिटिसाइज्ड अ लॉट, आणि तेच ह्यांच्या बाबतीत झालं पण, राईट. इट वॉज क्रिटिसाइज टू एक्सटेंट, राईट, अँड इट हॅज टू बी. ते होणारच तसं बघितलं तर. देन हा, त्यावेळेला, राईट. आता बघा हे ॲलीज, व्हॉट डू यू अंडरस्टँड बाय ॲलीज? हा कोणता काळ आहे? पहिल्या महायुद्धाचा काळ आहे, राईट. जिथं जी एकत्रित फ्रंट, राईट, ब्रिटन असेल, फ्रान्स असेल, हे जे काही राष्ट्र एकत्रित येऊन त्यांनी जो एक फ्रंट बनवला होता त्याला, तो दॅट इज कॉल्ड ॲलीज, राईट. सो नाउ ऑल दीज countries or this ally wanted to establish their domination over Turkey, right. म्हणजे एका बाजूला सिकमॅन म्हणायचं आणि दुसऱ्या बाजूला डॉमिनेशन ओव्हर टर्की, म्हणजे त्या देशावर आपली हुकूमत आली पाहिजे असं आपण म्हणायचं, राईट. बरं, डॉमिनेशन करून काय करणार? आता हा टर्की असा आहे की एका बाजूला ग्रीस आहे, एका बाजूला इटली आहे, अँड देन इट हॅज टू डिवाइड इन टू पार्ट्स, राईट, and then given away to the Greece and Italy. Some part will be given to the Italy, some part will be given to the Greece, right? And for that purpose, they wanted to have a domination, राईट. त्यामुळे डॉमिनेट करायचं एखाद्या देशाला, राईट. अँड देन एकदा तिथली सगळी व्यवस्था खिळखिळी झाली की मग आपल्याला पाहिजे तसं आपण तिथं सत्ता केंद्र बनवू शकतो. दॅट वॉज द प्लान. सो allies wanted to establish their domination over Turkey and give away its parts to the Greece and Italy. That was the plan you can consider of the allies. ही जी काही संघ राष्ट्र काय म्हणू आपण त्याला एकत्रित होती, त्यांचा तो तसा प्लॅन होता. हालाकी ते त्यांच्याच देशातली ही आहे, त्यांच्याच खंडातला एक देश आहे. So the treatment by allies led to mass upsurge in India against Britain. Right? आता काय संबंध आहे टर्की अन्याय करणारे ब्रिटन, फ्रान्स, इटली, ग्रीस हे जे काही अलाइड कंट्रीज आहेत, राईट, ते, and then why their consequences will be in the India, right? And that is the reason I asked this question. Do you know about this revolution? So now you can consider the Khilafat movement, which had been started in India, right? And that was the consequence of this particular revolution. So you know, Turkey was being ruled by Sultan, who was called as Caliph, right? Kiwa Khalifa. Barabar? So what had happened at that time? He was being kind of arrest, right? आणि टर्कीचा खलीफ म्हणजे जगातल्या सगळ्या मुस्लिमांसाठी प्रॉफिट, राईट, म्हणजे अतिशय पवित्र मानला जात होता. आणि त्याच्या विरोधात त्याच्या बाबतीत असं काहीतरी आहे, त्याचा तो विचार किंवा ती गोष्ट लक्षात घेऊन भारतामधल्या मुस्लिमांनी खिलाफत मुवमेंट सुरू केली. त्याला आपण खिलाफत चळवळ म्हणूया, राईट. पुढे गांधीजी जाऊन अली बंधू, राईट, गांधीजी जाऊन त्यांना भेटले आणि दॅट वॉज बिईंग चॅनलाइज्ड. बरोबर, लक्षात ठेवा. हा जो काळ आहे कधीचा काळ असणार आहे? हा 1919-20 चा काळ आहे. बरोबर. सो ऍज ए कॉन्सिक्वेन्स ऑफ दिस वन, ह्याचा हे अलाइड कंट्रीजने असं करणं, त्याचा रिझल्ट असं झाला की, आणि हे भारतात का झालं? बिकॉज one of the country which is involved in allies was Britain, right, and who were ruling us, right? So against them, हालाकी ते भारतातल्या ब्रिटिशांविरुद्धच केलं होतं, पण त्याचा खरा कॉन्सिक्वेन्स काय होता की तिथल्या सुलतानाबरोबर, खलीफ बरोबर, खलिफा बरोबर त्यांचं जे काही बिहेवियर होतं त्याचा निषेध म्हणून त्यांनी हे केलं होतं, राईट. सो एका दगडात जितकी जास्त पक्षी मारता येतील तसा प्रकारचा तो एक प्रयत्न होता, असं म्हणलं तर मला वाटतं वावगं ठरणार नाही. सो द ट्रीटमेंट बाय allies लेड ए मास अपसर्ज, राईट. लोकांचे मोठ्या प्रमाणात उठाव आपल्याला पाहायला भेटतात. देन आता जर समजा सच काइंड ऑफ मास सर्च सुरू झाली, राईट, विच इज नोन ॲज खिलाफत मुवमेंट, राईट. सो दिस अपसर्ज ऑफ मास इज नोन ॲज खिलाफत मुवमेंट. Then next thing is you can consider in this consequence, that is the national movement started against allies. आता ते इतकं जर समजा अशा प्रकारचा जर टर्कीवर अन्याय होत असेल तर ऑब्विसली people of Turkey, citizens of Turkey will definitely do something, right? So they decided to organize, right, or start a movement against domination and annexation to the Turkey, right. सो तिथल्या लोकांनी ठरवलं की आपल्याला अशा प्रकारचा लढा उभा करायचा जेणेकरून व्हेरी फर्स्ट वन थिंग वी कॅन डू, दॅट इज प्रिव्हेन्शन ऑफ द allies domination over Turkey, right. And whatever may be the annexation by the allies powers on different parts of Turkey, right, that can also again prevent it, right. So that by keeping in this mind, they have started, rather the people of Turkey have started a movement against these two things, right. And they got success in that one, right, and that is called the national movement, right. So कोणी आपल्यावर असं म्हणजे आपल्याला कोणी डॉमिनेट करू शकत नाही आणि आपला आपलं जे काही आपल्या देशाचे जे काही भाग ग्रीसला द्यायचा आणि काही भाग इटलीला द्यायचा, हे जे काही त्यांचं अनेक्झेशन बाय द ॲलीज पॉवर्स चाललेलं आहे, हे काय व्हायला नको. अशा प्रकारचा विचार करून टर्किश पीपल स्टार्टेड नॅशनल मूवमेंट. फाईन. नाव बिफोर अ ट्रीटी साइन्ड बाय सुलतान. आता ऑब्विसली सुलतान तिथला जो त्यांचा जो सुलतान आहे त्याला जर समजा अशा प्रकारे घेरलेलं आहे, तर ही हॅज टू साइन आउट अ ट्रीटी, राईट. आणि त्याच्यानुसार त्याला पाय उतार व्हावं लागेल. सगळं काही जी अलाइड कंट्रीज आहेत त्यांच्या सगळं हवाली करून दे हॅव टू ही हॅज टू what you can consider hand over everything to allied countries, right? And obviously that was by a treaty. Otherwise the sultan might have been killed, right? त्यापेक्षा करार करू, जिवंत राहू. पावर गेली हरकत नाही, काय हरकत नाही. But as I said, national movement was started. This national movement decided to form a government, and they have even formed a government also, right? So which was called national government, right? It was established under a leader, right? Under the leadership of a leader called Mustafa Kemal Pasha, right? You can consider Kemal, or you can remember the name Kemal. So Mustafa Kemal Pasha. So under his leadership, a national government by the national movement was established in the Turkey, right? Whose headquarters was at one of the places called Ankara, right? So at this moment you can consider or you can keep in mind the name called Kemal, right? पुढच्या slide मध्ये येईलच. So this is what you can consider. So even before signing the treaty, म्हणजे सुलताननी त्या करारावर सह्या करून पाय उतार होण्याआत नॅशनल मुवमेंटनं ठरवलं आणि त्यांनी नॅशनल गव्हर्नमेंट स्टार्ट पण केलं, राईट. दे इस्टॅब्लिश नॅशनल गव्हर्नमेंट, राईट. आता ह्याच्यानं झालं काय, सुलतान जाणार हे तर ठरलेलंच आहे, पण नवीन उदय, राईट, नवीन एका लीडरचा उदय झाला, राईट. सो लक्षात ठेवा, कुठल्याही मुवमेंट मध्ये ऑब्विसली एव्हरी मुवमेंट ऑलवेज प्रोड्युसेस सम काइंड ऑफ लीडर्स. तसं इथं पण एक लीडर पाहायला भेटतो, दॅट इज ऑल्ड केमल. आता अकॉर्डिंग टू ट्रीटी, जे काही जो काही करार होत होता त्या करारानुसार ऑब्विसली असं होतं ना की काही पार्ट विल बी गिवन टू ग्रीस आणि काही पार्ट हा इटलीला दिला जाईल. सो फॉलोइंग द ट्रीटी विथ सुलतान, टर्की वॉज इन्व्हेडेड बाय ग्रीस. as soon as Sultan signed the treaty, right? खलीफनी, सुलतान म्हणजे खलीफ किंवा खलिफा म्हणू आपण, खलिफानं करारावर सह्या करताच क्षणी ग्रीसनं कब्जा केला, right? So Greece invaded the some territory of the Turkey. So whatever the national government was established under Kemal's leadership, Mustafa Kemal Pasha, right? So under Kemal's leadership, now Turks म्हणजे the people of Turkey, त्यांना टर्क्स म्हणलं, जसे इंडियन्स, राईट, पाकिस्तानीज, राईट, चायनीज, लाईकवाईज टर्क्स. So Turks repelled, विरोध केला, right? The invasion by the Greece, as well as they forced the allies to repudiate the treaty, right? म्हणजे त्यांनी विरोध तर केलाच केला, राईट. कशाला? इन्व्हेजन बाय the Greece, right? Invasion by Greece, but also they forced the allied countries to repudiate, right, the treaty, whatever the treaty is being signed by Sultan, so that should be repudiated, right? And that was the forcefully that was done by the Turks. So what is mean by repudiate, right? So repudiate stands for एखादी गोष्ट तुम्हाला मान्य नाहीये, राईट, आणि तुमचा त्याच्यावर विश्वास नाहीये. एखादी गोष्ट तुम्हाला मान्य नाहीये, तुमचा त्याच्यावर विश्वास नाहीये, मग तुम्ही कसं करणार? ऑब्विसली तुम्ही सांगाल की आम्हाला ही गोष्ट मान्य नाही कारण आमचा त्याच्यावर विश्वास नाही, ठीक आहे. किंवा तुम्ही काय करणार, तुम्ही सांगणार की हे आम्हाला अमान्य आहे, आम्ही हे स्वीकारणार नाही, किंवा सरळ सरळ फेटाळून लावू, राईट. So that is what you can consider. त्यांनी काय केलं? So Turks have repudiated the treaty. त्यांनी तो करारच फेटाळून लावला. हा काय करार माहित नाही आम्हाला, ते सुलतान आणि तुम्ही बघून घ्या. We the citizens of Turkey, right, as a Turks, we will not follow the treaty signed by Sultan, right, and also we will repel the invasion by the Greece, right. So that was the fight by Turkeys. Fine. So that is what you can consider in this particular era by the people of Turkey called Turks. आता समजा there had been repudiation of the treaty, then obviously Allied troops have to withdraw, right? So they have withdrawn from Turkish territory, right, to be annexed by the European countries. तर ग्रीस आणि इटलीला जो भाग कब्जा करायचा होता, जो भाग दिला जाणार होता, राईट, तर त्या प्रांतामधून, त्या टेरिटोरीमध्ये नाव त्यांची जी काही फोर्सेस आहेत त्यांना माघार घेण्याशिवाय काही पर्याय उरला नव्हता. And they have withdrawn it from the Turkish territory to be annexed, कब्जा करायचा, right? So therefore मग काय झालं समजा, the Allied troops have been withdrawn, so as a result of that the Turkey was now able to win their war of independence. You can now treat it as war of independence. So they got complete success in the independence, right? So complete success of independence was achieved by the Turks by forcing back or by forcing to withdraw Allied countries or Allied troops from the territory of Turkey. So as a result of that, right, or as a result of complete success in independence by the Turks, which was followed by the program of modernization and the end of feudal system, right? So already we have gone through the feudal system. Feudal system जे आपण बघितली की काय first state, first state, second state, third state in the French Revolution, right? So that was the feudal system. तशाच प्रकारची सिस्टम इथं पण होती. So that was ended, right, and modernization was started. So what do you understand here by the word modernization? Right, so modernization म्हणजे एकतर ती कंट्री धर्मावर आधारित होती, राईट. सो रिलिजियस, सगळं रिलिजियस, राईट. पॉलिटिशियन रिलिजियस, म्हणजे तिथलं पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम रिलिजियस, तिथली सगळी डेव्हलपमेंट रिलिजियस. त्यामुळे शिक्षण सुद्धा धर्मप्रचारक असतील किंवा जे लोक आहेत त्यांच्या हाती. सो ऑल दीज काइंड्स ऑफ थिंग्स यू कॅन कन्सिडर. बट नाउ all these things have decided to be taken away from these, and then that is what you can consider the era of modernization, right? So the modernization started in the Turkey, right, and the end of feudal system was also there. Fine. So that is what you can consider. And because of that, now Turkey was proclaimed as, declare झालं, एक असा एक ठराव झाला की हा आता याच्यानंतर टर्की हे एक रिपब्लिकन प्रजासत्ताक राष्ट्र असेल, राईट, रिपब्लिकन कंट्री असेल. सो it was proclaimed that Turkey will be a republic country, right, and which was happened in October 1923, right. So obviously at that time the leader was Kemal, right? So Kemal became the first president of Turkey. Kemal became the first president of Turkey. So who had ruled for next 15 years. So obviously from 1923 to 1938 would be the last year, right? So 15 years if you consider. And for these 13 years, he had brought so much modernization to that particular country, right? And that is the right, nowadays so many people from all across the world are going to celebrate holidays to this particular country. बरोबर आहे. म्हणजे आपण आपल्याकडच्या कित्येक हॉलिवूड, टॉलिवूड, सॉरी बॉलिवूड आणि टॉलिवूडच्या मूवीज मध्ये हा शब्द ऐकला असेल, राईट? सो some of the movies are having this particular country's sightseeing, right? And that is good for tourism, right? ह्याची पाळंमुळं कुठेतरी तिकडे आहेत. So I'm just talking about as an example of modernization you can consider. So next 15 years, Kemal Pasha, right? Mustafa Kemal Pasha had been the president of this particular country, right? Then next point which had been happened that the guy Sultan Pad je hota. So now Turkish Sultan carried a title of Khalif, right? तिथला जो सुलतान होता तो एक हे त्याला हे टायटल होतं खलीफ किंवा खलिफा. So that was being is abolished, right? And again the institution of Khalif was also abolished by the new government, right? जे काही नवीन गव्हर्नमेंट 1923 ला सत्तेत आलं त्यांनी हे जे टायटल ऑफ खलीफ आहे हे बंद केलं आणि वॉट एव्हर मे बी द इन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ खलीफ इज देअर, त्यांची काही जी काही सगळी धर्माच्या संदर्भाने जे काही एक इन्स्टिट्यूशन बनलेलं आहे दॅट वॉज ऑल्सो abolished, and actually everything is being achieved through the modernization, right? So that was the great task of modernization was being carried out under the leadership of the Kemal, right, who was a great leader of Turkey. Then another part of modernization that is called education, which was really important. So it was earlier it was in the hands of religious leaders. Now it had taken out of religious leaders, right? And again some of the modernizations have brought to the education, right? In order to correlate this particular point, I can give you the best example. Whatever the education system right now being implemented in Delhi, right? असं नाहीये की मी असं म्हणत नाही की that was earlier in the religiously in the hands of religious leaders, but whatever the modernization you can see out, right? तिथल्या गव्हर्नमेंट स्कूल्स मध्ये जे काही इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर उभा केलं गेलं, right? That was outstanding. Even you can see some of the private schools are not having that kind of or that sort of infrastructure. So that kind of modernization you can consider, right? So ऑब्विसली त्यावेळेला आज जे आहे ते कदाचित नसेल, कारण की म्हणजे तत्कालीन काळाचा विचार केला तर ते काही दॅट वॉज नॉट दी नीड्स, इट ऑर दॅट फॅसिलिटीज वेर नॉट नेसेसरी. पण रिलिजियस माइंडसेट मधून बाहेर काढून मॉडर्नायझेशन मध्ये घेऊन जाणं वॉज रिअली इम्पॉर्टंट, राईट? सो दॅट यू कॅन consider. So education was taken out of the hands of religious leaders, right? That was another example of modernization. Then religion was separated from the state, right? अगोदर जे रिलिजनच्या बेसिसवर जे काही स्टेट होता, राईट? हिंदू राष्ट्र, मुस्लिम राष्ट्र, असं ना, स्टेट, रिलिजन बेस्ड स्टेट्स, ठीक आहे? सो दॅट इज व्हॉट यू कॅन कन्सिडर. म्हणजे इतकी वर्ष झाली तरी आपल्याकडं द्वंद्व आहे, हिंदू राष्ट्र की काय म्हणू आपण धर्मनिरपेक्ष, right? So religion was separated from the state. Another point of modernization you can consider in this one. And now if everything is being achieved under the leadership of Kemal, then it is obvious that he would be termed as the founder of modern Turkey, right? Or you can consider father of modern Turkey. So Kemal was known as founder of modern Turkey, and also he was known as Ataturk, right? So Ataturk, that is what the father of Turks. Fine. So this is what you can have in this one. Then what he has done, right? What the Kemal has done as a Ataturk. So at this moment, I will just go to another slide. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so here you can see modern Turkey under Ataturk. So what kind of modernization he has actually done? So here there are some of the other examples, right? So he wanted to make Turkey as like West, right? West